As a young player coming up, and we just continue to get swept, and we just can't seem to get over the hump. It's like, man, am I costing my team the ability to win a championship?
Right.
What do I need to do? Against the Celtics in 2008, I was like, man, I'm never going to win another championship. Or maybe everybody was right. Like, I can't win without Shaq. And then it's like, well, no, you can't. No, maybe you'll go down one day, but today's not going to be that day. And you just got to bounce back and keep it going.
Kobe Bryant never won a real ring without Shaq. He wasn't clutch like LeBron. Really? People act like the dude didn't carry a franchise on his back for 2 decades, while the rest of the league was switching teams like sneakers. This is the same man who rose out of the chaos after 2004, stared down the most loaded super team ever built, and basically said, cool, line them up. And somehow he's the one getting questioned. Meanwhile, other stars were forming the Heat, signing up with 73 win squads and jumping franchises like they were side quests. But Kobe stayed put and built his empire brick by brick. Yeah, he had P, but let's keep it real. One All-Star isn't exactly a super squad. Not 2, not 3. 1. Today, we're breaking down why Kobe's championships hit differently, why his loyalty still scares people, and why some folks refuse to admit he took the hardest road on purpose. Now look at what Kobe was actually dealing with in 2008. Boston linked up and dropped the first modern super team with Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. Kobe Bryant never won a real ring without Shaq. He wasn't clutch like LeBron. Really? People act like the dude didn't carry a franchise on his back for 2 decades, while the rest of the league was switching teams like sneakers.
Leadership is lonely, especially for those that have my personality. When things are not going the right way, you feel like you can pick this whole train up and get it to where it needs to go by yourself.
Stevie said right there, I want you to go there early. Listen to me, go there early.
If they're not coming along, then you just drag them along. I'm not going to be afraid of confrontation to get us to where we need to go.
Matter of fact, put your hands on me. Don't touch me the rest of the scrimmage. Put your hands on me.
There's a big misconception where people think winning or success comes from everybody putting their arms around each other and patting them on the back when they mess up, and that's just not reality.
This is the same man who rose out of the chaos after 2004, stared down the most loaded super team ever built, and basically said, cool, line them up. And somehow he's the one getting questioned. Meanwhile, other stars were forming the Heat, signing up with 73 win squads and jumping franchises like they were side quests. But Kobe stayed put and built his empire brick by brick. Yeah, he had P, but let's keep it real. One All-Star isn't exactly a super squad. Not 2, not 3. 1. Today, we're breaking down why Kobe's championships hit differently, why his loyalty still scares people, and why some folks refuse to admit he took the hardest road on purpose. Now look at what Kobe was actually dealing with in 2008. Boston linked up and dropped the first modern super team with Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and Kevin Garnett. 3 future Hall of Famers who basically said, forget the grind, let's guarantee some jewelry. Skip Bayless was calling them the most talented trio ever assembled.
I was tired of playing in that system. I was tired of having to be the only guy that can make threes, make jump shots, and consistently make them. So my mind was already thinking about how can I develop my game more so than the Warriors versus Thunder, that rivalry. Even if that was a rivalry, I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to keep developing my game. On top of that, we only played them 1 time in the playoffs, so I didn't really feel like a genuine deep hate for the Warriors. Me going there and playing for them, it didn't matter if we'd have won or lost the series. I wanted to play there and live in the Bay.
While Stephen A. Smith was shouting that the league was done for the next 5 years. And what did those dudes do to Kobe? They crushed the Lakers 131-92 in Game 6 of the Finals, a 39-point beatdown in LA during an elimination game. In today's league, a superstar would have demanded a trade the next morning or linked up with rivals to get revenge, but Kobe wasn't built like that. Instead, he walked up to Jerry Buss and said, don't move me, just give me one piece and I'll take care of the rest. And that piece was P. A one-time All-Star Memphis shipped out for Kwame Brown and 2 late picks, the same P who never even won a playoff series before teaming up with Kobe. While Kobe was grinding in LA, look at what the other stars were up to.
There's been a lot being said, and I think T-Mac said it first that had he been on that Lakers team, that he believed they'd have won as many championships as Shaq and Kobe. Shaq co-signed what he said. And a lot of people are like, come on, bro. Everybody just got revisionist history now.
LeBron hit the mic in 2010 with "I'm taking my talents to South Beach," pulled up next to Wade and Bosh, and instantly formed a squad with 3 top-tier players. Pat Riley was literally tearing up because he knew the league just flipped upside down. Then Kevin Durant did the unthinkable in 2016 and linked up with the Warriors. The same team that knocked him out, the team that won 73 games without him. He slid right next to Steph, Clay, and Draymond, like adding a turbo engine to a race car that already won everything. But here's where it gets spicy, and yeah, some fans might get loud in the comments. If Kobe ever pulled what these guys did, if he teamed up with Tim Duncan in 2004, or linked with KG and Paul Pierce, or rolled with CP3 and Dwight when they begged him, the entire GOAT debate would have been over before it started. No Jordan versus LeBron talk. It would have been Jordan versus Kobe and everyone else fighting for the leftovers. But he didn't take that shortcut, and that's exactly what makes him different.
So I'm looking at Shaq, and you got to think, San Antonio and the Lakers won all the fucking championships at that time. Like nobody else was winning. So when I said it, and here's what I do want to say. Ain't nobody replacing Kobe. Right? Nobody's replacing Kobe.
Now let's talk about the haters, because they lined up fast after 2004 when Shaq bounced. Bill Simmons came out saying, "Kobe Bryant will never win another championship as the best player on his team, book it." Charles Barkley jumped on TNT saying Kobe pushed Shaq out and was about to end up like Tracy McGrady. Even Magic Johnson went on ESPN and said he wasn't sure Kobe had what it took to lead a squad to a title. If you remember where you were when Kobe dropped 81, hit that subscribe button. But then something wild happened. Something players today barely even try. Kobe stuck with the real process. Not tanking, not team hopping, but the gritty grind of rebuilding from scratch. In 2005, he lost in the first round. In 2006, he blew a 3-1 lead to Phoenix. In 2007, he got bounced in the first round again, and instead of running, he dropped 81 to remind the world exactly who they were dealing with. Kobe wasn't just scoring, he was dropping explosions on teams. He hit Dallas for 62 3/4, cooked Portland for 65, and lit up Madison Square Garden with 61 like it was nothing. He was averaging mid-30s every night while dragging Smush Parker and Kwame Brown into the postseason. That alone deserves a trophy. Meanwhile, teams were begging for a shot at him. The Bulls came calling with Lowell Dung, Ben Gordon, and picks.
Fue mi hermano y siempre será mi hermano.
He's the big brother that I never had.
When he retires, he will have his number in the rafters next to mine. Because I don't win those championships without Powell.
Shot, let's go!
We know that. Everybody knows that.
Him coming here to this organization changed everything.
And it's like, welcome to the team, man. Super happy that you're here. But now let's go win a championship. And he would give me that look and be like, hey, you ready? Just to engage me. A guy that is not going to settle for anything else than excellence.
Kobe on the backboard, slams it from Pau Gasol.
We built another dynasty together. I won't be able to thank him enough for that. But he's just an amazing person.
My daughter's full name is Elizabeth Gianna Gasol. To have Gianna's name, remembering her and having her present, it represents so much. I'm just going to try to be a good father to my daughter, a good uncle to his daughters.
He's just a great person, man, and aside from being a champ.
The Pistons pulled up with Rip Hamilton and Tayshaun Prince. Dr. Buss was ready to shake the league, but Kobe shut it all down and said, "I want to retire a Laker." That loyalty hits different in a league where stars bounce around like it's a world tour. Ask yourself, when has LeBron ever said that about Cleveland? When has KD ever said that about any squad? Then came 2009 and 2010, Kobe's full revenge saga. Let's get something straight before the debates start. The Lakers' second best player was P. Gal, and in those 2 title runs, he made 1 all-star team, just 1. The rest of the squad, Lamar Odom coming off the bench, Andrew Bynum hurt every other week, Ron Artest unpredictable every single minute, Derek Fisher at 35 trying to guard dudes 10 years younger, and Kobe still dragged that group to the mountaintop. Now look at the monsters he had to face. In 2009, the Orlando Magic had Dwight Howard in full prime mode. The same Dwight who later teamed up with Nash and Kobe and still couldn't win anything. Then 2010 brought the Boston Celtics with the full big 3+ Rajon Rondo leveling up, plus Rasheed Wallace, plus Kendrick Perkins, a whole army stacked against one man. Game 7 of the 2010 finals was the peak of the revenge story.
As tough as he is, he was writhing in pain. So if you see Kobe writhing in pain, then you know it hurts.
Yeah.
And dislocations hurt.
Yeah.
And he had there's different degrees of dislocations. Mm-hmm. And if you can see my face, I really had to put a lot of traction on that bone to get it back in place. That's how dislocated it was. Mm-hmm. I put it in, and as soon as I did, you could just see that his pain went away. Anybody else would have still been in pain, but he
walked right back on the court.
Yeah, before I could even tape it, because I wanted to tape it.
Yeah, Kobe shot 6 for 24, and I know some folks are ready to type paragraphs about it, but here's the part they never mention. He grabbed 15 rebounds as a shooting guard, more than Paul, more than Bynum, more than everybody except Kevin Garnett, and he did it with a busted finger and a knee that needed surgery. When the whole squad got tight, when Ron Artest went 0 for 5 and the Lakers were down 13 in the third, everyone's confidence was slipping. The energy in Staples felt shaky, but who stepped up? Who got to the line? Who kept attacking when everyone else froze? Kobe refused to let that trophy walk out the building. And the wildest part, even the doubters had to bow down afterward. Bill Simmons, the same dude who swore Kobe would never win again, tweeted, "I was wrong about Kobe, dead wrong." Paul Pierce, after talking all that tough talk, said right after the game, "Kobe Bryant is the best player in the world, period." Even LeBron, fresh off forming his Miami Super Squad, posted, "Respect to the Mamba. He earned that one."
So are you saying that Kobe's first 8 years are better than LeBron's first 8 years?
I think Kobe's a better player in his first 8 years than Bron was. And I think Kobe was a better player in the next 8 years than Bron was. So I just think Kobe was a better player. And I think he's a better fit with Shaq.
So this is a biased take.
I think Kobe's better than LeBron.
I just don't know what else you want from LeBron.
You said that LeBron would have to take a back seat and be more of that playmaker. So then if LeBron's doing that, we do not look at LeBron the same way.
Now let's play a little what if that might melt your brain. Picture scenario 1. 2004, Kobe links up with Tim Duncan. The Spurs allegedly offered Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili for him. Imagine Kobe and Duncan with Pop coaching. That's not 5 rings, that's 8, maybe 10. Scenario 2, 2007, Kobe forces his way to Chicago. Kobe, Derrick Rose, drafted in 2008, Joakim Noah and Tom Thibodeau's defense, that squad crashes the whole Eastern Conference. Do we even see LeBron in the finals throughout the late 2000s and early 2000s? Scenario 3, 2012, Kobe bounces to the Clippers. CP3 was pushing hard for it. Picture Kobe next to CP3, Blake Griffin, and DeAndre Jordan. That's not just a title run, that's a dynasty that probably stops the Warriors from ever becoming the Warriors. But the point is, he didn't choose any of those paths, and here's why. Kobe understood something a lot of today's stars still don't. Legacy isn't just about collecting rings, it's about how you get them. Michael Jeffrey Jordan never left Chicago, never formed some big super trio, never chased an easy road, and Kobe lived by that same code. All right, time to get real because this is where things get uncomfortable. LeBron James has 4 rings, 2 with the Heat Super Squad, 1 in Cleveland with Kyrie and Love, and 1 in the bubble with AD.
So when you saw that you couldn't motivate others, they were lazy, how did you respond?
Go up to Phil's office and Mitch's office and we have a nice salary cap conversation about how we can move these players and get them out of there, pack them up and move them out.
So you were the general manager?
Well, no, but I was the one that was like, listen, at the end of the day, when the career is said and done, I'd be damned if I lose these championships because I'm playing with a bunch of lazy dudes. This is not happening. So either, this train is going this way, one way or the other. You're going to be on it, you're going to be off it, or you're going to be under it. It is what it is. I like to motivate players to be better. I don't want to have to motivate you to get in the gym in the first place.
4 rings across different jerseys, always surrounded by multiple all-stars. That's the blueprint he rolled with. Kevin Durant, 2 rings, both earned while running with the Warriors super team. He joined a 73-win machine and is now on his 3rd squad chasing another shot at a trophy. That's his lane. Stephen Curry, 4 rings. Incredible player, stayed loyal. Respect for that. But he had Clay, he had Draymond, and then he added KD.
Lakers boys want to take everybody one-on-one. I know, right?
Kobe. Yeah.
He don't let the game come to him. He just go out there and take it.
He's gonna make it.
Make this shit happen. I'm gonna make this a one-on-one game.
Yeah. Look, I figured after the first 4 attempts, he didn't go in. He was gonna chill.
Shit. After the first 4 attempts, if I was a teammate, I wouldn't pass him. Hey, you want this ball again, brother? You better rebound.
He never had to drag a roster from lottery dust all the way back to champion status. Now look at Kobe Bryant. 5 rings, 3 with Shaq, we'll give the haters that part, and 2 where he was the clear #1 option. 1 team for 20 years, took a franchise from the bottom straight back to the top. And before anyone types, but Kobe had P-Gal, let me remind you, P-Gal before Kobe, 0 playoff series wins. P-Gal after Kobe, 0 finals runs. Meanwhile, Wade won without LeBron, Kyrie won without LeBron, AD was dominating long before teaming with LeBron, and Klay and Draymond won both before and after KD. See the difference now? Here's the part that might sting a little, so buckle up. A lot of people struggle to accept Kobe's greatness because he exposed exactly what the modern NBA turned into. Today's stars message each other about teaming up. They run summer workouts planning future squads. They act more like travel buddies than rivals. Shannon Sharp said it straight. These guys today are too buddy-buddy. Kobe wasn't built for that vibe. He wasn't linking up in the offseason to chill with LeBron or anyone else. He wanted to take their heart out on the court, not take photos with them. Kobe didn't want to win with you. He wanted to win through you, over you, and in spite of you. When Chris Paul and Dwight Howard tried to link up with him in 2011, you know what Kobe told them? I don't want it to be easy. That was his whole code. Tell me, when has LeBron ever said that? When has KD ever turned down extra help? Here's the part the media never likes to talk about. If we're being honest about difficulty levels, Jordan had Pippen for all 6 rings, a top 25 legend. LeBron has played with more All-Stars than any superstar ever. Magic had Kareem and Worthy, Bird had McHale and Parrish, stacked lineups everywhere. But Kobe's 2009 and 2010 runs, he had 1 All-Star teammate across both seasons total. Look at the comparison. The 2010 Lakers had Kobe, All-Star, and P-Gal, All-Star. That's it. The 2010 Celtics had Pierce, All-Star, Garnett, All-Star, Allen, All-Star, and Rondo leveling up into 1. 4 legit weapons. And still, who walked into the loudest, most hostile building in basketball for Game 7 and came out holding the trophy? The man who refused to stack the deck. And I already know some of you are typing up efficiency charts, PER numbers, VORP graphs, all that math class energy. But answer this instead. Who do you build your franchise around? The guy who bounces when things get rough, or the guy who stays and solves it? The guy who needs 2 other top 10 talents, or the guy who wins with 1 All-Star and a bunch of role players? The guy who takes pay cuts to build super teams, or the guy who takes the max and says, earn it? Kobe Bryant didn't just win titles, he won them the hard way, the way nobody wants to try anymore because it's too difficult. And maybe that's the real reason some people avoid giving him full credit. Because once you admit Kobe took the toughest road, you gotta admit your favorite star didn't. LeBron needed Wade and Bosh, then Kyrie and Love, then AD. That's 3 different superstar setups. KD needed Steph, Klay, and Draymond to grab his rings. Even Giannis needed Middleton and Holiday both playing at all-star levels to get his shot. Kobe, he needed P and pure will. That's it. 20 years with 1 squad,